playground. Bent police, the beast won't lay down. I can't escape, I'm nearing a breakdown. I can't sleep in London town now. No sleep, no rest for the year round. Handcuffed in the back of a beast van. No joy for the kids in the junkyard. Overcome by the truth, yeah, life's hard. All scarred from a life up on road. Flip the coin and see what life flows. Wedged in an edgy atmosphere. Self-destruction, now catch the fear. Awkward anguish, goodness vanished.
And it's sort of be, you know, really interesting thing to get involved in. I'm kind of from the East End, far out of the East End, just on the edge of London. And you know, I'm interested in London's history and stuff like that, and I thought this would kind of further my knowledge of that. It was just overwhelming to, you know, hear especially the story of Max the other day. You know, the eyewitness, just the kind of the atmosphere and the coming together of different races, different religions, all for, you know, all in the name of, you know, beating fascism. I think that's really inspiring.
I believe that the vast majority of people in this country are against anti-Semitism and against racism. The question is, how do we unite all sections of people in a common struggle? I was secretary of the Young Communist League of my land and played a part in order to get publicity and activity amongst the people locally, and also helped in the struggle in order to ensure that many thousands of people come onto the streets.
I thought the project touched on important issues that could have been forgotten. It's not a common thing to know about, and I thought showing it through film would be able to really tell people about the Battle of Cable Street.
As long as you know, people learn to live together, I think there's probably a way out of the mess we get ourselves in.
The understanding of a group of people, young filmmakers that are very interested in working for a cause and joining up together to create something that could affect us and could affect society, and how do we perceive society today, and based on events of the past.
It is almost celebrating British culture and British diversity, and how actually Britain is a really accepting kind of country.
If you put the students behind the camera as well as looking in front of the camera, that gives them a much deeper understanding of how we interpret the past.
An incredible sort of visual depiction of the events of that day, and it was essentially created on the basis of first-hand personal testimonies and eyewitness statements.
Well, I think we probably live in a world that is still crippled by racism and fascism and anti-Semitism. And perhaps through my film, I want to show, you know, what if we took all these elements away, all these people that you don't want to see living in your streets. I think it would be all the poorer for it.
One never ever forget that filmmaking is collaborative.
If you look at Cable Street is an example of a successful fight against fascism. And too often when we look at the 30s, all you're talking about is the rise of Mussolini, the rise of Hitler, Franco, and we get to see the negative side, and it's about the Holocaust and all those terrible things. But Cable Street is a positive story of people coming together and fighting against fascism and winning.
These traits are, you know, as it says, are part of people, of mankind, and you can see them repeating themselves throughout time, and we have to be really aware of them. You know, an artist's view is that they see more than what other people see, and they express that.
That we need to bring people together rather than divide them apart. Yeah, there's a real message from Cable Street for today.
But I've got certain images that I'd like to implement to pass a message about racism. Children of all ethnic backgrounds playing in the playground in slow motion without any sound at all.
This is a good technique when you
relax yourself and like that, and you have an image like that's like, you know, sort of going into the zone, like semi-dream state. If you meditate and you've been thinking about an idea, and then there's images that just automatically pop into your head, that's your subconscious, and those are the images that artists use that are very useful for film as well.
You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised.